Hey everybody, welcome to my 100th video special. I've decided to do something a little different here. A lot of people have been asking for my Cardiff game. I'd love to talk about my other save, which I just do for like leisure, I suppose it'd be, when I'm playing Football Manager, and that's I decided to take over the role of Cardiff. And I thought what I thought I'd do is I'd show you some highlights of my time there. Unfortunately, I'm not there anymore, as you saw from that initial screen. And but what we'll get on to is these games. Now, first goal you just saw there was the first competitive goal that I scored. It was technically scored by Jay Bothroyd. Very good goal at that. And I was in the first competitive game against Norwich. But unfortunately, as you just saw with that goal there, we didn't win. We drew 1-1. Kind of frustrating. But you know, we picked ourselves up and had actually a pretty good season in the first season. I'll show you my team and all that in a moment, but what I thought I'd do is I'll show you some great games of this particular season. I think this was one of the best. Certainly wasn't expecting it to be that good, but this was versus Barnsley at Oakwell, and as you can see by the scoreline, it turned out to be an epic 5-4 game. Craig Bellamy scoring there inside, I think it was like 30 seconds, when he just literally just picked the ball and just slotted away. There's going to be a number of times that ball's going to be slotted across that particular goal line today. And that's when Craig Bellamy got his first, and obviously something this could be a demolition job here. And unfortunately, due to the fact that some of these goals do need a bit of build up, there is going to be a few occasions when something like this will happen where there's like a chance for Barnsley, and then instantly, as you can see, what I was doing here, I've pre-recorded these by the way, so it's a bit easier for me to record. But I was going to say that I was looking for the goals, like the goal, make sure I clicked on goals, but yeah, what happened then? Tom Heaton, my goalkeeper, threw it out, and what we were able to do then is get it in for a second goal. And who scored this? I can't even say, because what I'm doing, I'm actually previewing it on Windows, on the Vegas preview screen, and because it's moving at such a fast pace, it defaults to preview. And unfortunately, I cannot watch it on best, which is very frustrating. So I don't actually know the goal scorers. All I know is that the Barnsley player, Juan Jose Calantes, scores a hat trick, which you can watch out. But speaking of which, it's 3-0 now at the current standing point of this goal, 3-0, and I'm thinking, well, this is just too easy. This is not even. I don't think we're even at the first half yet, and it's 3-0. And then good ball here over the top. And I actually thought that was nearly a goal, but no, unfortunately not. But I suppose you should talk about whilst these goals are going. As you can see, it's going to be I think it's 3-1 in a moment as Barnsley score their first goal. Calantes, his first goal. It did an amazing job here. There it is here, and there it is for Barnsley. That's 3-1. But as I say, a lot of people wanted to see my Cardiff team, and I thought, okay, I'll save it for a 100th video special. I had the idea when I was on like 80 videos. I thought, oh, you know what, I'll show some highlights, and I'll show you the league and all that at the end, and I'll show you my team once we're at the end of this season. But here's the fourth goal, and there it is. You can see the goal scorer because I can't, unfortunately. I just watched them, but trying to remember, but unfortunately I cannot remember. And obviously I cannot see due to the rubbish preview screen in Sony Vegas, so I'm sorry about that. But obviously you can see it for yourself. I don't particularly need to narrate the video that you're watching. But as you can see now, it's going to go up to, I think it's going to go up to 5-1 in a moment. And I'm just thinking, well, this is easy now. One thing you should never do is tell your players, and honestly I really mean this, unless you are like Liverpool going up against Havant and Waterlooville, never set it to take no pressure players. Don't say to your players no pressure, go out and enjoy yourself. Don't say it, because this will happen. So I'm thinking it's 5-1, and I'm just thinking, oh well, this is too easy. This could be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-1 at this point. They got a lucky goal, which probably should have had a clean sheet, but from the kickoff, this is straight from the kickoff of the second half. After saying to my players, just take it easy now, no pressure, they go ahead and score. Very annoying, and I thought, maybe I shouldn't have said that, and so I decisively changed it, and that shut them up a bit. So and then, as you can see, but you can see when the goals will be going in here. This is on I think this is about the 60th, 70th minute, I think, and as I can't really see very well, and yeah, it was exceptionally frustrating watching this go in, and my players really couldn't do it. I think we had like a few more chances, but apart from that, we dominated in the first half, but we didn't really have too much of the ball second half, and I couldn't really do too much about it, and there is the good finish. I think that's 5-3 now, and I'm starting to set up now, pay attention to the game again. And then in the 90th minute, as you will be able to see in a moment, it's coming up to also the 89th minute, 90th minute, I'm thinking maybe I think this game should be over now, should be it. Colantes comes up here, another goal, carbon copy of Craig Bellamy's 2 goals to get his hat-trick and get Barnsley's 4th. So I'm panicking, but unfortunately we managed to run out the game, and we decisively got that 3 points, which let us go on into the playoffs in the Championship. But we're going to rewind things here for a moment and take you back to earlier in the season. This is, as you can see, the South Wales derby versus Swansea, and as you can see, we beat them 3-0. Very impressive, you might say. What made it even more impressive, though, was that we were on quite a bit of a sticky wicket, I suppose, would be the correct way of saying it. We had a poor start. We'd lost a few games, drawn a few games, won a few, but it was kind of a mixed bag. But it was overall quite disappointing, considering we were Cardiff and we had good chances of gaining promotion. Swansea, on the other hand, were undefeated and were top of the league. This was in mid to late September, and I'm thinking, oh god, this is going to be an absolute riot here. We were in poor form, Swansea in excellent form, but it turns out no. And what a goal this is for Craig Bellamy, I think it was his first goal for Cardiff. And well, what a way to open it, against Swansea, and that was just absolutely unbelievable. Jay Bothroyd here with a free kick, and if you see it there, that's Jody Craddock. I cannot emphasise, if you are someone like Cardiff, get Jody Craddock. If you see him, you can get him. He's about 35. He brings a ton of experience. He barely makes mistakes. He will bring us so much experience to your team, and he'll probably retire after a season or two, but he'll bring so much experience and thought to your defence. He's so capable. He's an excellent player. I would definitely recommend buying him. He's only worth like less than 100 grand as well, so if you're someone like Cardiff, go for him. He's excellent. And as you can see there, Peter Whittingham just put away the penalty to make it 3-0. And although this didn't necessarily kickstart our season, as you can see, we lost the 3 games, obviously one being Aston Villa. That sort of led us on to the belief that we can actually beat bigger teams, i.e. Swansea. Not saying they were bigger Cardiff fans, it's just at the time they were a bit better than us in terms of form. But this, as you can see, although the calamitous start as it may seem, Makeda there firing it in, this was the FA Cup game against Manchester United. I think this is the 3rd or 4th round, and I'm thinking when we got drawn against them, thought, oh, this is just going to be terrible, this is not going to work. And apologise for this, it's going to happen a number of times. This is the treadmill effect I was talking about, where the player suddenly stands running on nothing. But yeah, what happened was, I'm thinking this is not going to go well at all, and so they take the 1-0 lead after a calamitous error from my goalkeeper, and as you can see, bearing down on goal again. There it is, 2-0, and I'm fearing the worst at this point, thinking this is going to be an absolute riot, but absolutely out of the ashes rise Cardiff City, and we go on to defeat Manchester United. Another 3-2 game with myself and United. Probably, I think Manchester United probably be sick of my face. Any Man United fans will probably be a little bit annoyed with me now. I've defeated your team twice by 3-2. Ha ha. But as I say, I kind of got the players in at half time and said, come on lads, pick yourself up here. I think this was just before half time actually, and yeah, we picked it up. A bit of luck in the goal perhaps, but this is the luck you kind of need. A bit of deflection here, breaks to Craig Bellamy, and there he goes. It's 2-1, and this was really right in the middle of Bellamy's hot streak. Some of the players went on hot streak, cold streak. Bellamy was just on a streak throughout the whole season. I think he was like my Fernando Torres for this year. He went on just on an unbelievable run and just scored so many goals. And in Championship level, Craig Bellamy will dominate teams, and he's a quality player. Premier League standard in the Championship, he's going to dominate. And there's the goal to bring it level. We got the equaliser eventually, and then I think at this point thinking, okay, maybe we can go on and win this, and indeed that is what happens as we go ahead in the 82nd or 3rd minute. A bit of luck again, but this is what you need when you're playing teams like Manchester United, especially when you're someone like Cardiff. And what a goal this is here. And it books our place into the next round. Unfortunately, we couldn't go any further. I think we lost in extra time to Wolves, annoyingly, in like the 5th or 4th round. But there it is, 3-2, I think. Yep, there it is, 3-2. I think it was Steve McPhail. I think that was. Can't see. Yeah, Steve McPhail. What a goal that was. Takes us through. Beats Manchester United. What a way to win a most memorable game against Manchester United. And by the way, this is just a quick thing here for you to see. Jody Craddock, he was sent off in this game. I was putting his praises before. He did get sent off, probably because of hard tackling, as per usual. But this was at 0-0. This is inside the first few minutes. Federico Makeda wins a penalty. He's about to take it, and unfortunately for him, he misses. Not exactly sure what happened to the ball. I think it went around the goal. But Makeda missed the penalty, and obviously it didn't make too much of a difference as they went on to score a few minutes later. But this here, as I said before, we went into the playoffs, and the first game, the semi-final, was against Middlesbrough. And what I think was so important here is that we did get the first goal. They unfortunately do equalise a little later on, but it was massively important that we got the first goal. I was a little unsure whether away goals apply in these ones. I think they do, although I could be totally wrong there. But their goal, by the way, comes in Fergie time, I suppose, of the first half, in like the 48th minute, but still in the first half, which was exceptionally annoying. But, you know, we get a bit of we get a bit of a good run here, and I mean, it was kind of annoying the fact that we actually got into the playoffs, because I think at one time we were destined to win, and then we just sort of went on this really horrible streak, sort of in February, March time. But unfortunately, we were able to steady the ship and get ourselves back into the playoffs. And at no point did I quit or back out or restart or whatever. So I'd just like to point that out again. I'm very honest with you guys. I wouldn't show you this if I did it. Kind of did it in the way sort of Chris did it. You know, the way in his Derby team. In the way sort of, you know, he had a really good start. You know, it looked like he might go on to win the championship, and then all of a sudden, you know, it's he just suddenly slips away and got in the playoffs and lost, which is, you know, so really, really annoying. And there's the goal from Middlesbrough. I think it was, as I say, it was in the third minute of injury time in the first half. Very annoying, but we picked ourselves up. I told the team saying, you know, you're unlucky to concede that, and let's go out and win this game now. As I say, I was unsure about away goals, so I just sort of took a positive outlook on it and said, yeah, away goals, they count. And there's another goal here coming up. Actually, no, there is no flashing, unfortunately, so I can't actually tell if that was a goal. Well, I'm not too sure what the keeper was doing. Probably should have picked that up, but probably scared Craig Bellamy at boot his head in, because that's what happens with Craig Bellamy. We went on to win that game 2-1 at the Riverside, and this is the return leg. As you can see, it was 1-1 at the Cardiff City Stadium. They scored first, and that made it 2-2. As I say, I was a bit still unsure at this point about away goals. I really didn't know. This is the goal here coming up. Can't see, unfortunately. I can't right see. There it is. And it was 2-2, so I'm panicking at this point, thinking, oh shit, you know, maybe Middlesbrough might get the better of us, you know, because we got the better of them at their ground. Maybe they might get the better of us at our ground. But fortunately, a lot later into the game, last 10 or 15 minutes, we have another corner at the same end, and there's the goal from, of all people, Lee Naylor. Fantastic way to open his account for Cardiff with the winning goal to send us through into the playoff final. That was 3-2. We got another 3-2. Unbelievable. You can see how adventurous this team is. And this is the playoff final at Wembley against Leicester. And there's the goal. Whittingham's header, sending us into the Premier League. Absolutely unbelievable game against Leicester City at Wembley, and we won. So that's will send us into the Premier League. And this is the final team. The final league. Burnley, Forest, and us into the playoffs. Third finally does pay off, and we were promoted. This is my team here, as you can see. Some people are here at the end at this point. This is 2 years on. Some of them are here. There's, you know, like Seamus Coleman. Seamus Coleman, by the way, is a fantastic buy. You can get also a buy, rather loany, but get him on loan. He's fantastic. He did an amazing job for me. He's at Everton. Get him. This then was the very first Premier League game that we played. First fixture in the Premier League was against Fulham. And it was at Cardiff City Stadium now. I was full of hope here, thinking maybe we can get 3 points straight off, and here we go. It was a very long and annoying treadmill thing. So frustrating. I'm sorry. I don't know why I didn't cut this out, actually, to be honest. But wow, this is really long. I don't know if this, as I say, if this has something to do with the resolution or not. But sorry for that. But I'm thinking maybe if we do well here, we can get 3 points. But unfortunately, it was turned out to be 1-1, and the reason it was so unfortunate, and again treadmills going on. Jesus Christ, why didn't I edit any of this out? I don't know, but as I say, yeah, I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. I might edit this out. As I say, it was a quick ball up here, real more hopeful than anything, and there is the goal from. It was from all people, my brand new signing, his first goal for Cardiff, Ciro Immobile. He was Italian, he played for Juventus. Although he did flop later on in the season, it looked like he had a very bright future. And now it's an assist by Jermaine Easter. I brought him in, very local lad, Welsh lad. Thought he might do well for Cardiff. Fortunately, he didn't do that well. He was so out of his depth, it was unreal in the Premier League. And then late on in the game, very late on, I've got to say this was unlucky, I suppose. But what a goal this is! Fulham equalise in, I think it was the 90th minute or something, or like 89th minute. So gutted, I couldn't believe it. And unfortunately, Fulham scraped and saved the point there. As you can see, there it is. Unbelievable games. What a way to start your Premier League season. And unfortunately, we couldn't capitalise, and really that sort of set the tone for the season in the Premier League. This was one of the few wins we did have this season, was against Nottingham Forest, and there's another goal. And that was one of the few wins we did have against Forest, obviously fellow promotees. They actually did quite well this season, though. They managed to stay in. I think they stayed in the league. Let me just double check. Actually, no, I can't tell. They managed to stay in the league, but another one here. We did, although, beat West Brom, which was also quite good against. So we didn't have that many wins, unfortunately, due to the lack of quality in the team. But we did manage to get a few famous wins, I suppose would be. And one of those popular ones was against West Brom, and another one against Birmingham. As you can see, they were all at the Cardiff City Stadium, which is I suppose we didn't win that many away. I think we won one away all season, and that was against Forest. But there is again, we had good success against the West Midlands teams, but that was fairly it was good. Now we had another rematch against Swansea. Now you think, how would you play Swansea if they didn't come up? They believe it or not, we got them in the FA Cup third round. So I'm thinking, oh look at this now, Cardiff, the far superior team. We are the better team. We are in the Premier League. Admittedly we weren't doing that well in the Premier League, but I thought we turn up sort of, perhaps we almost were sort of cocky in a way. I didn't really think about it like that, but as you can see, Swansea beat us this time. Sorry for any Cardiff fans watching. I'm sure you have to witness this, but we had a great start. As you can see, we weren't that far into the game. It was a good start, and there's the goal for Cardiff. Very good goal, and I'm thinking at this point, yes, we're going through fairly easily. It should be a easy tie for us now. Maybe obviously, the Swansea might come back into it, but I can't imagine they'll give us a pretty good game. But they did, and they went on one, which was exceptionally annoying. That really was sort of a massive hammer blow for me. One of the, I suppose, this was collateral damage, I suppose, in terms of why I left. It was an own goal, annoyingly. Wasn't that? Just a bit of an unlucky own goal, I suppose. But I was so disappointed and frustrated with this game. But I thought you might, not necessarily you might want to see it, but this is a highlight. That maybe I am human. Unlike with that Liverpool team where we seemingly just didn't lose all season. We lost like once all season in the league. It's very difficult trying to take someone at the quality of Cardiff, although they are a good team as they are. They didn't do me very well. But as you say, there's the Swansea goal. They knocked us out of the FA Cup. I was bitterly disappointed with that. The chairman, the fans, a lot were all really, really disappointed. And that kind of just set the tone for the rest of the season. There is 2-1. Very, very frustrating and very, very annoying. And as you can see, there's our fixture list. It's not that great. A lot of red circles, a few green and yellows dotted about, but most. Look at that on the back end. Look at that home straight there. Look at them results. Utterly appalling. And this is the final league table. As you can see, we didn't have enough to stay up in the league. Eventually, I left, and Cardiff went down. Well, I led Cardiff to relegation, and then I left. Arsenal winning the league. Fortunately, it went to the penultimate game of the season where we had an exceptionally difficult run in. Aston Villa beat us 4-0 at Villa Park, and that ultimately sent us down. Very annoying. But this is the final game of the season, as you can see, against the very feminine Everton team here. And I thought, it's against Everton, I'd like to beat these. And it's going to be nice for me to win, nice for the fans to win. Final victory in the Premier League. Also, we haven't won that many times all season, but we've got nothing else to play for now. Maybe we can go on and win, but unfortunately we didn't. Although at one time it looked as if we might go ahead and win, but Everton went ahead and scored there. I think was that an own goal? I couldn't see. But it was kind of annoying, in their pink kit. I think I've said very annoying so many times this second half. Sorry. But yeah, it was Everton's goal. Frustrated now. So I just told them to go all out attack, and it did as well, because we went ahead and scored another goal there. And so I'm thinking at this point, maybe we can go on and win, give Everton a good game, and see where we go from here. But unfortunately, that didn't happen, as near enough at the end of the game we had. No, I'll tell you what happened at the end of the game. As you can see, there's a red card. I'll tell you who that was for in a moment. But as you can see, they get it was kind of a lucky goal, I suppose, in a way. Goalkeeper, I don't know what he's trying to do off the line. He's got back on his line now, but as you can see, there's the goal. And I was left very deflated at this point. And then the red card, as you can see at the bottom there was a final red card. Really sort of just everything that come down to the season. It was this, summed it up. I brought in Jonathan Zabina, and from Juventus. He was very aging. I thought maybe a bit more experience. Replaced Jody Craddock, and I thought this would be good. He'd be good. He proved okay, but unfortunately, as you can see in a moment, he was retiring at the end of the season. This was his final game, and sort of in almost martyr-like, almost in martyrdom, very Zidane-like, he commits a pretty bad foul and gets sent off. Not the greatest way, I'll admit, to end his a very illustrious career. Jonathan Zabina, I don't want to say illustrious as such, but he's a very good player. I like Jonathan Zabina. I liked him when he played for Juve, but fortunately, that was a very poor way for him to end his career. Certainly it was at Cardiff, not the greatest way of ending his career, but he got sent off. Not the greatest way. It was like 5 minutes left, and he got sent off. Disappointing way to end for his career for him. But there it is. That was the team that I played. I don't even know if that was it. As you can see, it's weaker. City would not give me back Bellamy. Wolves wouldn't give me back Keogh, and I had to make do amends with Immobile and Easter. And as a result, after being relegated, I stepped down. So that's my adventures with Cardiff. I hope you've enjoyed this. This is my little 100th video special. I've got nothing else now. After retiring from Cardiff, I packed in and just sort of focused totally on this Liverpool game. I hope you've enjoyed this. More Liverpool games to come. Nearing the end of the season now, but this I just wanted to show as a little diversion away from the Liverpool game for a moment to celebrate 100 videos, and a big thank you to everyone who has subscribed and shown an interest in my videos. So thank you very much for watching. I will see you probably tomorrow for another Liverpool game or two, and with that I bid you a farewell. Goodbye, and thank you for watching.